Another NFL draft has come and gone, and another 7 Trojans have been selected. Some guys landed in better spots than others, and in today's video, we will break down all 7 landing spots for our players that got drafted. But before we get into it, what's up guys? My name is Gabe, and welcome back to the Trojan Blade. Welcome back to a brand new video. You guys know the drill. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into this. All right, so starting off at number 1 overall. Now, obviously, with Caleb going number 1 to the Bears, not only does USC have the most number 1 draft picks of any school, but Lincoln Riley has also become the first coach to ever produce 3 number 1 overall picks. SC's just different, man. You aren't going to find numbers like that anywhere else. If you play the quarterback position and Lincoln Riley offers you and you go somewhere else, you're just not a serious person. When it comes to quarterbacks and development, we are the elite of the elite. But talking about fit here, this is special. This is the best situation a number 1 overall quarterback has ever walked into. Now, obviously, the Bears aren't a traditional number 1 drafting team. Thank you, Carolina Panthers. But guys, we're talking about Keenan Allen, DJ Moore. Again, thank you, Carolina Panthers. Cole Kmet, DeAndre Swift, and now Rome Odunze too. Not to mention that offensive line is very well coached and took a big jump last year. This offense is loaded. Caleb is going to have weapons all around him, and this is a system that will let Caleb be Caleb. Bringing over Shane Waldron from Seattle, they are going to open up the playbook, and Caleb's creativity will be encouraged. This team is going to live in 11 personnel, and the field will be super spread out. There are downfield threats. Kmet is going to eat in the middle of the field. I just love this fit. This offense could be absolutely elite, and Caleb is going to kill it in this system. Next up, we had Kalen Bullock going in round 3, pick 78 to the Houston Texans. Now, this is a young, up-and-coming defense with a defensive-minded head coach. They did announce Kalen as a safety. There was some thought he might switch to corner at the NFL level. Kalen was one of the most misused and mishandled players during the Alex Grinch era at USC. He was put in an impossible spot time and time again. He wasn't coached well. He wasn't developed well. He was getting by on natural talent and natural talent alone. So with him going to this staff in Houston in this division, I think it's a fantastic fit. We've seen the kind of plays he can make in zone coverage, the kind of plays he can make on the ball. Going up against quarterbacks like Trevor Lawrence, Will Levis, and Anthony Richardson, they're going to put the ball in harm's way. They're going to throw it up. Kalen is going to have a lot of opportunities to get interceptions. And obviously going to a team like Houston that is going to be a playoff contender year in, year out with CJ Stroud and that elite offense. This is just a fantastic fit. Of course, selfishly, I wanted him on my Browns, but if he couldn't go there, this is one of the spots I think is best suited for him. Next up, we have Marshon Lloyd going to the Packers at pick 88. Now with Josh Jacobs there, I don't think the starting spot is up for grabs, but we know Green Bay loves to use a duo as opposed to one workhorse back, so I do expect Marshon to get a lot of touches this year. He and Jordan Love are going to be nasty in the RPO game, and Marshon's value as a pass catcher will no doubt be put to good use by Matt LaFleur. Again, when you look at the division they're in with Minnesota, Chicago now with Caleb, and of course the Lions who are elite, you're going to have to score points in the NFC North. And one thing we saw from Jordan Love last year is that he is not afraid at all to throw it to the halfbacks. So look for Marshon to get a lot of catches and look for him to make a lot of plays in this Green Bay offense. Now, if you would have told me after that Jarrett Kingston was going to be the next Trojan taken in the draft, I would have said you were crazy. But that is exactly what we saw with him going to the San Francisco 49ers at pick 215. All the way to round 6 without seeing any more Trojans taken, I was absolutely shocked. But for Jarrett, of course, going to that system in San Francisco, it is a great fit for any offensive lineman. You're going to be coached up very well. Obviously in that Kyle Shanahan, Mike Shanahan system, zone blocking scheme, a ton of play action, a lot is put on the plate of the offensive lineman. But if Jarrett can handle all that and play more like he did at Washington State than he did at USC, then he will find himself on one of the NFL's elite teams. Next up after that, somehow falling all the way to the 7th round and pick 225 is Brendan Rice going to the LA Chargers. Now, I need someone to explain this to me. You have 6'3", 215-pound Brendan Rice, obviously the son of Jerry, NFL pedigree, playing an offense called by Lincoln Riley, seeing how well those wideouts translate to the NFL. He's big, he's fast. He fixed his drop issues from a year ago. Why the hell is he falling to the 7th round? I mean, something must have happened because that just doesn't make any sense at all to me. But looking at fit here, this is absolutely perfect. Obviously, he doesn't have to go far, staying in Los Angeles and playing for an elite quarterback like Justin Herbert. Huge arm and offense that likes to push the ball down the field. Jim Harbaugh's not going to be afraid to let him uncork it. Obviously, we've seen Jalen Guyton be the deep threat there over the last few years. I do think Brendan can play his way into a role on this Charger offense. They're very young at the wide receiver position, and Brendan has all of the tools to make that happen. Next up at pick 238, we have Solomon Byrd joining Kalen Bullock in Houston. Now, you see guys like Solomon Byrd every year make it in the NFL and make an impact. This guy is a pass rusher through and through. He's not going to give you much in the run game, but this is a guy that every so often has that capability to produce those game-changing plays. Again, same thing I said for Kalen going to Houston with a defensive-minded head coach with an elite defensive staff. You got to believe they're going to get the most out of him. And just talking about the human side of this, Solomon is one of the good people in the sport. I mean, truly just one of the nicest and hardest working guys, so happy for him. Really hope he makes that roster in Houston. Now, this is the one that absolutely sent me over the edge. Watching Taj Washington destroy defenses for 2 straight years at USC and then to fall to the 7th round makes absolutely no sense. I was livid watching this draft. He fell all the way to pick 241 and went to the Miami Dolphins. Great fit, love that. But the fact that Taj Washington, Chef Taj, is a 7th rounder is absolutely ridiculous. The NFL does this every single year with players like Amon-Ra St. Brown. You see the elite production, you see the big time plays, you see him playing in a big time offense in big time games. Yet somehow he just slips through the cracks all the way to the 7th round. I can't explain it. It's ridiculous. It's frustrating. Taj deserves so much better than to be a 7th rounder, but knowing him, he's not going to care. He just wants an opportunity. He's that kind of guy. And going to the Miami Dolphins with this passing scheme, with Coach McDaniel, with Tua, with Tyreek Hill, with Jalen Waddle, this is an explosive passing attack, and Chef Taj is going to fit right in. Taj is going to surprise a lot of people in the NFL world this year. He's going to have a role. He's going to get some big catches. He's going to make some big plays. I have zero doubt about that. See, I'm getting frustrated just talking about this now. How did he fall to the 7th round? I don't get it, but I'm so happy for Taj. He's going to kill it in this Miami passing offense. And in 3 years, when he gets that huge deal, everyone around the NFL is going to be saying, how did this guy fall to the 7th round? And all of us SC fans will just be shaking our heads. So that is the end of it for our draft picks. Now looking at the undrafted free agents, Austin Jones signed with the Washington Commanders. Obviously, running backs are one of those positions that have a great chance to make any roster they sign with when going undrafted. Austin can provide a team a lot of value. He obviously knows Cliff Kingsbury, who is the new OC there in Washington, so that will give him a leg up. And I'm just really appreciative for everything Austin did for our program, so I really hope he gets a chance to make that roster. You also had Christian Roland Wallace signing with the Chiefs. Christian had a few big moments for us last year. That pick against Colorado comes to mind. Andy Reid and the Chiefs are very good at identifying late round and undrafted talent. So for Christian's sake, hopefully he can make that roster, make an impact this year. You also had Justin Diedich signing with the LA Rams. Very happy for Justin. He's a Trojan through and through. He obviously made the move to center this year. It didn't really work out for him. He is going to be a guard at the next level. It will be an uphill battle for him to make that roster in LA. He's going to go out there and fight, and he's not going to stop until they tell him he has to go. And finally, you had Keon Barr signing with the Titans. So I love to see this for Keon. This is a very young team, new coaching staff there in Tennessee. Now it is just a camp invite. It's not signing as an undrafted free agent, but still a great opportunity for Keon to show them what he can do. All right, guys, another year, another draft video. I really enjoy doing these. It is fun to talk about some NFL teams for a change. It is a very strange feeling knowing that I'm gonna have to root for the Bears now, but with how fun that offense is going to be, I'm sure it's not gonna be hard at all. And guys, I do want to hear from you. Please let me know your thoughts on all these draft picks and the UDFAs down below. If you did happen to enjoy this video, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. You're all awesome, and as always, take care and fight on.